Hey everyone, welcome to the second video. As mentioned in the first, and as you can kind of see in front of me here, we're going to be building a PC. I personally have never done this on my own. I've watched my dad do it a few times, and luckily he is upstairs if I need him. That's why I'm here at my parents' house doing this. It's nice to have some support and, some help around if you need it. That way I don't, So it's a security blanket, okay? At least I have that. From what I've seen, this shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully I don't mess anything up, but I will quickly kind of go through everything that I have here for you guys. And once it's all done, we can go through things even further. To start, I have the Gigabyte Aorus Z370 Gaming 5. I didn't get the 7 just because it was just out of my price range. I was able to pick this up at Micro Centers with a $30 discount and a rebate for like $120, and this is normally a $200 board. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go with this one. It's better than the Asus boards I could afford, and this one just worked out very well with the prices that it was at the time. The Gaming 7 board, which I know is a really good board, a lot of people like it. Other than the BIOS, a lot of people don't like Gigabyte BIOS, but I'm new to all this, so hopefully it works out for me. That board was like $240, so that was just way out there. So I think this will do really good for what I'm looking for. So that's that. We have an EVGA 600 watt, 80 plus gold power supply. Down here we have a couple red fans. I'm going to do some RGB lighting and stuff like that later on. And some of these parts actually have RGB lighting in them. And we'll kind of run through that. Just like I said, right now this is everything that I can afford. So we have an 500 gig M.2 NVMe Asus Evo M.2 drive that we'll be using to install like the main operating system to have like the fastest as possible. Then just for some additional storage, we have a 500 gig Evo from Samsung as well. This is a 2.5 inch drive. Not as fast as the M.2 NVMe, but this is going to be way faster than me putting in a normal hard drive. A spinning disk. And since I already have a server, I don't really need to store anything locally on this. I can always just store it on the network and access it. So this is going to be perfect for having a few games and things on there that I'm going to want to play, and some other programs and things like that. That way I don't fill up the M.2 drive too fastly. And then in the middle here, we have the Intel i7 8700K Coffee Lake processor, 6-core, 12-thread, which eventually we're hopefully going to be overclocking to 4.8 gigahertz is where I think I want to sit, just because it's the first time I'll be overclocking. But once I get a taste of it, I'm probably going to want to try to push it to 5, and we'll see what this board can do. This board can do overclocking, but not as well as the Gaming 7, so I think doing the 4.8 gigahertz is going to be perfect for this. If any of you guys have any questions or comments on that, if this is going to be able to reach anything higher than that and not have the VRMs heat up like way too much, let me know. This is the first time doing it, so please don't hate. Just give me some good comments and suggestions and things that I should maybe try. Maybe? Okay, moving on. Below that, we have the lovely GTX 1060 Strix 6 gig overclocked edition. That's a mouthful. Thank you, Asus, for that. Really, finding a graphics card right now is pretty much impossible. I found this one by chance. Actually, I ordered a GTX 1060 Gaming X from MSI from Newegg. It shipped, and it was completely smashed. Insert picture at some point on the screen. So as you can see, that wasn't too happy about that. Luckily, customer service at Newegg, man, you guys are good. They sent me this overnight because it was the only other 1060 that they had in stock, and they just got them in that day. It was a little more. They price matched. They did everything they could. So thank you so much, Newegg. I know you're not watching this because I have no viewers, but that's fine. This is going to be perfect for me. I'm going to do some light gaming, all at 1080p, nothing higher than that. 60 frames per second is going to be all I need. This should be able to get it done. The main reason for this build, though, is to be for video editing and photography, which Adobe Suite really doesn't use the GPU that much. So 1060 should be more than enough for what I need. Moving on, we have the H100i V2 to cool everything down. This should be perfect. for what I need. I wanted to do water cooling. I think it just looks really cool. Corsair is a great product. 5-year warranty on this guy, from what I hear. And it should keep everything in check, especially with overclocking everything. It shouldn't get too hot, so I'm excited for that. And this even has some RGB lighting with the Corsair logo and some customization options and things like that. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then the elephant in the room, of course, everybody buys this case, but that's because it looks so freaking awesome, is the NZXT S340 Elite. This is the matte black edition. It's going to be perfect, as you can see from the fans that I think are below here. I'm going for a red and black look. Luckily, all the boards and everything is all RGB, so I can change and sync everything up and make it look kind of cool. Red and black is the theme for this, as I'm guessing you could tell if you saw the cover photo of the Corvette, which we will get to in later videos. But unfortunately, it's winter in Chicago right now. And last but not least, we have some G-Skill DDR4 3200 speed memory, a 2x8 gig kit to finish the build off. So that's kind of all of the parts. We're gonna kind of, I don't know, I think start a time lapse or something to kind of get this thing going and see if you guys can watch me not drastically and create a giant mess of parts and problems and not know what I'm doing. Time lapse is probably going to be the best thing, since I really don't know what I'm doing at all. So maybe we'll time lapse it and I'll break here and then and maybe try and talk you guys through what I'm doing. The thing that I'm most nervous for is not bending a pin when I put the processor in. It looks so easy to do, but it's just very nerve-wracking, and I hopefully don't mess it up. We'll see when everything boots up. I'll be running Windows 10 Pro, which I do not have in front of me now. I'm going to be installing the system, or creating an image from Microsoft website and then putting in the license key once I go to the store later today to get it. I think that is everything, so start montage of me cleaning off all of this and opening things up, or you know what? Let's get the case out of the box. Let's get the case out of the box first, and then we'll start everything else. So let me see, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Alright, 1, 2, alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. I have no idea if that worked like I had planned. I see it everywhere. Hopefully everything disappeared and it looks great. If not, I'm learning how to edit and do these things, so thank you for bearing in mind that, this is only my second video. But unlike any other YouTuber, I don't have a giant, huge chef knife, so we're going to go the old-fashioned route and use the old keys to open this thing up. So let's get this a little more centered here and open this guy up and see what we have inside. Alrighty. So this is everybody's favorite case for a reason, and that's because it looks so good. Keys over here, and they fell. I don't know what it is. This case just looks so good, and then I had a chance to get either this, the Elite version, or the regular version, and it was only like $15 more, and this just has the whole entire side of it as glass, and it just looks so pretty, so this is kind of the one that I decided to go with. So, I don't know, I think if we maybe tip this guy very carefully upside down. Don't mind me struggling about this on camera. I totally plan out how to do this. Alright. Should be able to just lift this guy off. Whew. I don't know how people make unboxing videos look so easy and smooth. I mean, I guess once you do like 100 of them, it probably becomes second nature, but every box is different. I don't get it. Anyways, here we are. Man, this thing looks awesome. So, it should be this way. We are going to save the styrofoam so that way I can put it back in here and bring it back home to my apartment without any damage to it. Get this bottom piece off. I can tell you right now, this thing looks just as good as I thought it would. I've never seen it in person. I've only seen it in videos. Oh, this thing looks sick. Alright. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Plastic off. And I am not going to do the whole, peeling of the glass until I get it home and put it in its proper place, and I don't need to get fingerprints all over the glass and everything. So I'm going to leave that on. If you're looking for the peeling video, well, it might be in this one, I don't know yet. Just warning you, it's not going to be now. Alright, man, this thing looks sick. This thing is so nice looking. Let me see in the glass. Oh, man. This thing is going to be ridiculous. Alright, first things first. Let's get the glass off before we do anything that could damage it. I don't trust myself. So, here's the case. Coming with it, we get two 120 millimeter fans, one on the top here and one on the bottom. And we also get two 2.5 inch hard drive slots on the top. Another one right here in the front, which is where I'm going to be putting my Samsung 2.5 inch SSD right up front, right on display for everybody to see. We have this nice power supply shroud. And then the other side, as you can see, packed in here is, let me come around, packed in here is all of our required hardware. This is actually the puck. I don't know if I'm going to, does anybody use this? I don't think I'm going to use it. I don't know, does it open? What kind of boxes are they giving you in these things? I'm gonna open it from the bottom. There we go. That's the secret. Everybody's gonna go from the top, but it was easier from the bottom. So this is like a little magnetic puck for like a headset or something. Ooh. It's actually rubber. I thought it was hard plastic. It's like a rubbery, soft kind of. It just kind of sticks on there. I don't know if you can see that. Literally, just right here. Stick. Boom. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. We'll find out. I don't know. So, I guess let's get everything out of the case, get the motherboard out, and install the CPU and memory. Sounds good to me. Alright, so I know that I didn't show as much of this as I wanted to. As you can see, everything right here is kind of in front of me put together and pretty much done. I didn't think this was going to be hard, but it's a lot more time consuming than I expected. Just reading, making sure you plug everything in right, but really the cable management. It's not fun and it's hard. I don't like it. And I'm not going to show it to you because it's only okay. It's not great. Yeah, you'll see all these, I don't know if you guys watch other channels like that do this stuff, but man, they make it look so pretty and it's not as easy as it looks. So basically, the reading and just fiddling with wires and trying to move the camera around and being in, you know, my parents' space, workspace, and things like that just became a lot. So after I got the first few things done, I just kind of set the camera aside and just really focused on the build. I'm gonna make another video that's gonna go through every single individual component in here and why I chose them. I know that some people are gonna probably be like, you know, why do you have an 8700K but only a GTX 1060? And the reason is because this is not made for gaming. I'm building this mainly for photography purposes, which Adobe likes high clock speeds, and they don't really care about how many cores. So I was looking at a 1700X. but because it was going to be, you know, stable, like on average you can get like 3.8 gigahertz on all cores for a 1700X. Although it's 8 core 16 thread, that isn't really going to help me out in the programs that I use day in and day out. So that's why I decided to go with something like this. But we'll get into more detail in that other video. The one thing I will mention right now, and that is the H100i V2 from Corsair in the NZXT S340. Elite or not elite, because I think the dimensions are pretty much the same. It's more so just the side panels. Kinda sucks to put in there. Corsair kind of made this as like, they wanted it to be installed as exhaust, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to put it at the intake. The instructions only show putting it as an exhaust. They also only show it as a push configuration instead of a pull configuration. The part where that came into play for me is that I needed to get my fans in front of this, and this tubing is so stiff and so thick that it's very, very, very hard to work with. So keep that in mind. I spent most of my time just trying to get this in the right way without damaging any of the fins on the radiator itself. Now, you could get the NZXT like X52 or X64, I think it is, the Kraken units. Those have a little bit smaller tubing, and the tubing doesn't go directly into the front, kind of like this does. It's more off to the side. So you can kind of like do like a kind of loop down type thing, and it looks like it's just a lot easier to work with. But I was able to pick this cooler up, which is going to do more than what I needed to for, honestly, less than $90. I mean, retail is like $129.99 or something like that, and Amazon literally had it for $79.99. So that is why I got it. I don't know if you can tell, one of these hoses actually sticks out a little bit from the case, about a ½ an inch. I'll zip tie it up to the top or just leave it against the case. Personally, it doesn't really bother me. The only thing I'm gonna have to figure out is when I do some RGB lighting on the inside at the top, I'll have to make sure that I get it out of the way, so that way it doesn't affect the light shining down anywhere. But everything is put together. I have the power supply hooked up. I'm connected to the monitor behind me. The power supply is turned on and nothing blew up, surprisingly. So I should have had a little more faith in myself than that, but there's a little light on the graphics card. I think that's just going to kind of stay on all the time unless you cut the power supply. I don't know. I may not read into it either. But we can give it a whirl. I got a mouse plugged in on the top, wireless. I have a keyboard plugged in. The only spare keyboard we had was like a PS2 connection. I think that's what it's called. It's a little round one with all the pins in it. Someone will tell me if I'm right or wrong. But we're going to see what happens. And the monitor is behind this, so you will not see if it boots into the BIOS. But I will. And I'll tell you. So, count it down. 3, 2, 1. There's lights. We have fans. Motherboards are on. There's a couple blinking. I don't know what happened. I didn't push the delete key to get into the BIOS, but it did boot. And I think that's all that matters. Let's reboot it and get into the BIOS and see what we're running at. I love it. Okay, let's reboot. So if you don't have Windows or anything installed, just pushing the power button once will just shut the thing down. You don't have to really worry about, like going to a shutdown or anything like that. So let's reboot here. Tap our delete key, and I'm looking at the monitor, and we are in. We are in the BIOS. Right now, I know that this thing just started up, and you guys can't see anything. I will show you. I will show you. I will show you in a minute. We are running at around 27 to 28 degrees C. I know this thing just started up, and it's not under like any load at all. Our memory came in at 2133 for some reason. So I'll load the XMP setting to see if that works to get it up to the 3200. that it should be running at, because why buy fast memory if you're not going to run it at the speed you can? I mean, you can waste money. I really don't care what you do. I don't. You can do it. So that's good. Let's see. All fans are running. Our CPU fans are running at just under 700 RPM at those temperatures. Our V-core, or our CPU voltage, is 1.164, and that is giving us what is that giving us? What is that giving us? It's giving us 4.3. We're running at 4.3 gigahertz. So that's pretty damn good. I like it. So yeah, this does have an easy overclock mode. I don't know, should I try it out? Does the easy overclock stuff work? Is it that good? I mean, I always heard that I know it's probably always better to go in and manually overclock things, but are they good? Is it just gonna shove like an abnormal amount of voltage into my board and blow everything up? Cause me to rebuild? I don't know. Let me know. Do you use the automatic, the easy, the whatever? What do they call it? Yeah, they literally call it EVGA. So, do you use it? Is it good? Should I use it? Should I try and learn how to do it on my own? Give me some comments and pointers in the description below. But it looks like we're running. Everything's good. The graphics card lit up. The board lit up. So everything looks good. I can't see anything wrong. We have a light on the top to show that it's running up there as well. Fans are lit up. Front fans are spinning. I can hear the pump going. I don't think there's. I think the only thing that we don't know works is the audio. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to do. I'm just kidding. I'll figure it out. So here you go. It's been running for a while now. We're running at 30 degrees C. We're at 1.164 volts. There's our memory. I don't know if you guys can see that. Our memory is running at 3200. Let me see if I can get that. 3200 megahertz. Sorry, the machine's still blocking the way. So everything is running good. Running perfectly from what I can tell. Yeah. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to end this here. I do want to say a big shout out to the 3 people that kind of gave me the courage to build this thing and do this. Were Paul's Hardware, Bitwit, and Jay's 2 Cents. Watching their videos made this look so much easier and gave me the confidence to do it. So definitely go check out their channels. This is the first time I built this. I don't have the answers to everything, but if you guys who are building computers or thinking of building computers for the first time want to leave and ask comments from someone who just, who just built one, leave a question, let me know. I'll respond to it as best I can. Let you know what I did, let you know what things I ran into and how I fixed them and where I went or videos I watched, anything like that. So, thank you again so much for watching. Thank you again for all of your support. Even if you thumbs down, I really don't care, because all you guys that thumbs up it make this stuff worth it. This is all new to me, and I hope to explore this whole YouTube thing further in 2018. Please, please, please have a great rest of your day. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Stay positive, and thank you guys again.